Hi, Dan Miller here, Historical Solutions LLC. I want to tell you a little bit about some trouble that might be brewing down the road, and that is between President Trump and the state of California. There's a lot of controversy surrounding the relationships between these two entities, and I think it's a good idea for you to equip yourself with some important stories from American history to help kind of guide you through, as a leader, to guide you through a Trump presidency in the months and years ahead. The first story I'd like to talk with you about is that of Andrew Jackson, who I consider to be the first Donald Trump. Among other things, the similarities between them revolve around Jackson has his own confrontation with a particular state. It's South Carolina. And if Trump and Jackson are very similar leaders, which I believe they are, then I think it behooves you and I to get a better knowledge of what happened in South Carolina in the early 1830s with President Andrew Jackson. It could be much like what happens with California with President Donald Trump. That's story number one. Story number two, the entities around Trump would be the Republican Party, the Democrat Party, obviously. They're both in the process of being refounded, and I'd like to suggest we go back and look at the founding of a political party in the mid-1850s to see lessons, to find lessons for the refounding of the political parties right now. Lesson number three comes from the presidency of Woodrow Wilson. Wilson had to govern after a very divisive election campaign and election victory. Does that sound familiar? Donald Trump again. And Wilson's presidency holds some very important lessons that I think we can expect to see again with President Trump, particularly on a global level. So I'd like to invite you to lunch at the Capitol Grill, downtown Indianapolis, on February 17th, 11:30. And we'll go for an hour and a half, 11:30 to 1 o'clock in the afternoon. We'll have a great lunch, a great dialogue, great content. You'll have a chance to interact with some outstanding leaders in their own right. And we'll walk away with some good tools to use for a Trump presidency down the road for yourself as a leader. So contact me to register. There's only 4 seats left, February 17th, 11:30 a.m., 1 p.m., Capitol Grill in Indianapolis. If you're outside of Indianapolis watching this and you'd like for me to do this for your organization or in your community, let me know, and we'll talk about how that might get done. I'm Dan Miller. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching, and I wish you all the best.